Yeah, sticky situation still. I'm sure I've spoken about this before, but I'm going to speak on this again. In the past, obviously, there's been thousands of people that have gone through this. People will continue to go through this, and maybe some people watching this right now may potentially go through it, or at least have been through it. You should try and avoid doing business with family and friends, especially if the business that you're doing with them is going to be over a long period of time, like you're providing a service for them or they're providing a service for you. It's all well and good doing business with family and friends. Yeah, mates rates and that. You get me? Discount. That's when things are going good. When things go bad, if you fall out with them over that business deal or whatever service or whatever they provided and that, if you fall out with them, please believe you're not going to be talking to them for a little while, When there's money, when man lose money or girl lose money, that's it. The friendship could possibly be over forever. Or, because obviously friendships and family members, your relationship with your family member, your relationship with your friend is the same thing. It's just that your friends, you've nominated them in your family are by default. But definitely, if you're in business with family or friends and that, if something goes wrong, you ain't going to be friends with them. At least for a good period of time. I know, man, started businesses together. 4 or 5 men started business together. And I just knew, you got 4 or 5 black men, all of them full of testosterone, all of them think they know, you get me? They got the right plan and that. And then what happens is, there might be a little clash, conflict of interest, whatever in it. Yeah, man don't want to do this, man want to do that. And what happens is they end up falling out over the business deal or whatever business they're in together. They're running a partnership together and then they stop talking. Seen it a few times. People will rent out a property to one of their brethren and that. If the brethren falls on hard times and the brethren can't afford to pay the rent and that, you ain't getting no money from rent. Now there's a problem. You ain't getting no money from rent. The mortgage is still due. You're going to want to kick them out because they're not paying rent. And especially if you haven't established, because there's certain people, they're friends with people, but their friends don't respect them that much. Imagine if I'm a landlord and I rent out one of my properties to one of my brethren and that. Imagine my brethren don't respect man. Is he going to be in a hurry to pay me my mortgage? To pay me rent, sorry. He's not. He's going to think, Jay's an idiot, blood. I'll pay him when I can. So basically, the situation I'm in now, I mean, it's just come to light again because obviously I've just started talking to the person again, but not talking on friendly terms. It's about paying and that. But anyway, basically, I've got a family member to do my accounts for me, innit? And I believe, they messed up on the accounts and that. But man's still going to pay them and that because they filed it. They done what you're supposed to do. But I feel like they ain't done it properly. And obviously, this happened a couple of years ago and that. And in that time, I've gone and got someone else to do the accounts for me. And I know they're feeling salty about it. That's the thing. You get someone else to do the same job that someone else was doing previously and that, because you didn't like the service that they provided, they're going to start feeling salty. It's natural human behavior. Male and female do that. Imagine me as an electrician. I do a job for someone and I might not do it that well or whatever, or they don't like the service I provided, or the cost was too much. Imagine I was doing work for these people for a couple of years and that every now and then. Imagine they decide not to get me to do the job for them and they get someone else. Potentially I could become salty. What? My man don't want to get me. I might not want to talk to them. They might not want to talk to me. Be careful renting out, or be careful doing business with family and friends. I know someone, they're a landlord, they had a big property, like 4 or 5 bedrooms and that. And they had another one around the corner. They wanted to move out of their big property and go to a smaller property that they bought around the corner. And they wanted to rent out that big house to a family, one of their friends. Yeah. So one of their friends wanted to rent out the property. The whole of the family was going to live in the property. I think some Indian people and that. I told this person, do not rent out your property to your brethren. Because what's going to happen is, they're going to, at some point, they're going to probably fall on hard times and not be able to pay the rent. And they're going to look to you for you to allow them to not pay rent. To obviously, so that they can get through the hard times and that, because you're their brethren. Then, you're in a conundrum now. What do you kick them out? Have you got the balls to kick out your brethren? You know, if you kick out your brethren, you're gonna feel guilty. Then you're not gonna be friends with them. You put yourself in a sticky situation. Don't do business with family and friends. Maybe sort of minor, like me just putting up a light for a friend or a family member and that. Yeah, but prolonged work, renovating someone's property and that, don't do it. Don't do it unless you're prepared to fall out with this person and never speak to them again. You know how we are nowadays as well. Us humans, we got such an abundance mindset. We got such a mindset was like, fuck them, I'll find someone else, or I won't talk to you and that. It's not like back in the 50s and that, or even the 70s or the 80s and that, where people valued friendships and that. You fall out with one of your brethren, you have an argument with one of your brethren, you ain't gonna want to talk to them for the next 6 months, 2 years. But I had it before. Had a brethren, fell out over something stupid. You know, like he said, she said, we didn't talk for 2 years. 2.5 years or something like that. And I think that comes from being older as well. When you're older, you have less tolerance. When you're older, you have a tighter circle. You know, when you was a youth man in school or school age, between the age of 10 and 16 and that, you had 20 people that you consider to be your friends. When you get older, you get wiser. And you realize, you know what? Out of those 20 people, only 4 of them are my friend, really. They say you can only count your true friends on one hand. What's a true friend? I don't know, in time of desperation. There's certain people right now, yeah, you might think that certain people is your friend. And you could be in a situation, let's say for example, you could be, like, let's say for example, you live in London, yeah? And you could be in Liverpool, 4 or 5 blood clot hour drive away. You could be stranded. You could, because obviously if you was to phone up one of your brethren, they would feel guilty, they would feel compelled. They would feel like they need to come and rescue you and get you out of your sticky situation if you was the only person that they phoned. But imagine you put up like a live story or a live Instagram post on Instagram. Oh, someone come and help me. I'm stranded in Liverpool. Someone come and help me. Certain people will see that and pretend they didn't see that, you know. That's how you know that person ain't your brethren. If you're stranded somewhere, you're 2-3 hours away from your home, who is going to come and rescue you? Who's going to come and bail you out? If the person's not willing to bail you out, then probably ain't your brethren. Now, obviously, if you had an argument with them and you're not chatting to them, then yeah, why should they come and bail you out? You're not talking. But there's certain people, like, yeah, there's a couple people, I mean, I wouldn't even consider them friends anyway, but there's certain people that I would feel like, if I was stranded in Liverpool, and I put up a post on Instagram. Yo, my battery's about to die. I'm outside the McDonald's in Liverpool, in this part of Liverpool, whatever. This is the postcode. Can someone come and pick me up? There's certain people, they'll see that post and pretend they didn't see it. Oh, I was busy at the time. Nah, fam, you was on your phone, fam. You didn't come and you get me. Help man out. So don't do business with family and friends unless you're willing to fall out with them and you get me, you don't care about the friendship and that. Because if something happens, you lot fall out over money and that, you ain't going to talk again. This family member, they're moving salty against man. They're moving salty towards man. Dropped a new ute recently. Oh, yeah, just had a baby, you know. But no invite, what, to come around and check the baby? Like, you know, I ain't seen you for 2-3 years. And what they will try and do is they'll try and justify not inviting me around to their yard. Oh, well, you know, you live in Northampton now, innit? So I don't think you was really willing to come down. Like, shut up, man. Because I ain't seen my mum in 2-3 years, innit, since I've been living up here. In the 2 years I've been living up in Northampton, I ain't come down to Edmund. And that's why, because I said that in that video, I was talking about why I don't visit family members no more. When you stop phoning people, watch your phone stop ringing. Now, certain people might not be phone people, they might not care about talking on the phone. But alright, cool. Are they making an effort to come see you? Because there's some people, you could chat to them on the phone and that, and if you stop phoning, they stop phoning you, cool. But are they making an effort to come check you? If they're going to stop making an effort to come check you, they don't want to see you. Family members, they don't phone me, they don't invite me to their house. Not because, oh, you know, I just thought Jay's busy. They don't give a fuck. They don't want anything to do with man. That's how I think. Because that's how I know it's true. Because these same people who, they don't invite me around to their house no more, I know they don't want nothing to do with, man, because they phone me up when they need the electrical work to do, but they don't phone me up when they just want to socialize and that. So you can find me when you want electrical work to do, but you can't find me when you want to socialize and that. Bullshit. Man, see through all the nonsense and that. My eyes are not closed. Yeah, I might bump into some family members at my mum's yard and oh yeah, they give me a kiss on my cheek and that. Women obviously, ain't no Ross Clark man kiss me on my cheek, but yeah. They'll kiss me on my cheek and that, but they don't invite me to their yard. They know I come down to Edmonton because they see me at my mum's yard. So they can't use it as an excuse, oh well, you know, I thought you was busy in that bullshit. But these are the same people that would be telling my mum, oh yeah, next time you see Jay, tell him that I got this light to put up and that. No, move out my face. Move out my Ross Clark face. But yeah, man, I got this pizza on. So I'm gonna end the video now, innit? Got my like a £1 pizza on. You get me? Anyway, stay away, done now.